All right. So yeah, so we're going to use an open circle in this case.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got my open circle, and then I'm going to go greater than. And the way we indicate that this goes on forever is we color in the end of the arrow. All right, so we've got the end of the arrow colored in. All right, any questions on number 1? All right, let's try number 2. All right, for number 2, most of you start problems by distributing. You don't have to. So if you're out there going, wait a second, I would divide by -5 first, you are also correct. You could also start the problem by dividing by -5, and we're going to get the same thing. So if you're in that camp and you like to do that first, that is okay. You can do that first. I'm going to distribute my -5. I've got -5x. What will my second term of this inequality be?
Positive 15.
Say that again?
Positive 15.
Positive 15. So I'll have a plus 15 is greater than or equal to 20. Henry, what do I do from here?
What?
What would I do next?
You would just subtract the 15 from the 20.
Okay.
So you get 5. 5 is not greater than -5x. Or negative 5x is greater than 5. Positive 5.
Greater than or equal to positive 5. Good. All
and
right.
then you would just divide, so you get x equals 1.
Almost. Not 1.
-1.
-1. So I have 5 over -5. So I have a -1 and an x. And will this be greater than or equal to?
Greater than.
Oh,
X is greater than.
I got it. X is negative or equal to -1. Amir, what word should you be in here instead of x is negative or equal to?
Positive.
I think you meant greater than or less than or equal to. I just want to see which one. Well, in this case, my original problem was greater than or equal to, and I divided by a negative. So I'm going to have less than or equal to now. So it was originally greater than, but when you divide by a negative, when you divide both sides of the equation by a negative, then it becomes, you have to flip the inequality symbol. So this was Monday's lesson. We did that investigation to see that when you did multiplication or division by a negative, it really messed things up. It made false statements. So to take care of that, to maintain the equality, to maintain what this problem is asking, you have to just flip the inequality in that case. So now I've got x is less than or equal to -1. Here's -1, 0, -2. Again, when you are making your own number lines, getting in a habit of having at least 3 numbers on your number line, 1 below the number you're working with and 1 above the number you're working with. All right, Robbie, open or close circle here?
It will be closed.
Closed. Why?
Because it's a, is it greater than or less than? I always get confused on which way the sign goes.
This one is less than or equal to.
Oh, okay. Because it's less than or equal to.
X is less than or equal to -1. All right, Luke, am I going to shade towards the -2 or am I going to shade towards the 0?
We'd shade towards the 0.
So towards the 0 would be those numbers that are bigger than -1.
Oh wait. Would you go the other way?
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way. Yep, I'm going to go towards -2. All right, so x is less than, -2 is less than, -3 is less than, and so on. All right, does anyone want to ask anything about this guy before we do the last one? Okay, last one. 4 minus x is greater than 10. Jamarian, what would you do first in this problem?
Distribute.
There's
Add 4.
we don't-
Oh wait, I'm sorry. 10 and 10 4.
10 and 4. Yep. This 4 is positive, so I'm gonna have to subtract it.
My bad.
So I have negative x is greater than 6.
6.
Negative x is greater than 6. Povilis, what would you do next? If I have a negative x, how do I get rid of that negative in front of the x?
You would. You just. Oh.
I could think of it as a -1. How do you undo a -1 next to an x?
Multiply.
Yeah, you can multiply.
And then you flip it.
Multiply by -1 or divide by -1. We can multiply by -1.
Right.
And so I have x. And Joe, what am I going to do here?
You flip the sign because
Flip
you're
the
dividing by negative.
Yep. So anytime I multiply or divide by a negative on both sides, I need to flip my symbol. So now, ooh, that is a little bit more of a curve than a line. I've got -6, -7, -5. Who else? Owen, open or close circle?
It'd be close. I mean, open.
Open. And Caden, am I going to go towards the -7 or the -5?
-7,
Good. Why?
because the mouth of the alligator is going the other way. So
You couldn't wait
You
to
go
talk
the
about
other
an
way.
alligator, huh? Yeah. So we're less than. If that alligator thing works for you, go for it. All right. Does anybody have any questions on the POD? Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to business. First things first. Sorry, I can't see all the stuff I have. All right. You guys had a Delta Math due last night at 5 p.m. 15 of you did it out of 16. That is pretty good.
Hold on, Miss Amick, which one was it?
One
Was
you
it the
did
part 3 one?
Yeah, part 3 one.
Oh, I did that then.
Yeah, part 3.
Mrs.
And the other
Sim,
ones are due Friday.
And the other one's due Friday. Yep.
Right.
Who else had a
Are we-
question?
are we gonna have like a project due before the end of like this?
No, we are not. So I changed Luke or Noah. That was my original plan, but I really wanted to do more with these inequalities. So I changed the plan on Monday. I kind of went over this for people who were in class Monday. Next Monday, we're gonna have a regular class, and then we're gonna have a quest. So it'll be more points than a quiz, but not as big as a test because we didn't finish completely this unit. So that'll be our Monday class. That'll be our last major like test or any major piece for this class. And then Wednesday, we'll come to class. We're going to do a couple things, and then we'll have a small, it's more of a reflection assignment. It's not a major project or anything. So the only major thing you have left is your work this week. You have a Delta Math and a Flipgrid due Friday. And we're going to take a practice test here at the end of class today. You should get the practice test done before we leave class. And if you don't, that's fine. You can do it on your own time. But then so this week, practice test, Flipgrid, Delta Math are left. And then next week, we'll have our quest on Monday. We'll come to class, we'll do some review, we'll take care of business, then we'll take the test. And then Wednesday, we're going to do more of a reflection and kind of a last class together, kind of a celebration moment. So I hope everyone's in class next Wednesday. And then that's it. So no major, no more project in this class.
Is the practice test or practice quiz or whatever you want to call it, is that like due outside of class if you don't finish?
Yeah. hmm
Like, do we email that to you?
well, we'll get there. You'll see, Caden. We'll see in a second.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that was item number 1. That actually was many items on this list. Your Delta Math that's due Friday. Luke, Rock, Joe, Amir, and Henry already finished it.
Yep.
Poe, I saw you started it. You got a couple of the sections done. You had a couple sections left, but you at least got it started. So nice job to you guys that already finished the one that's due Friday. But it's not due Friday, so it's fine that some of you haven't started it yet. You have a flip grid due Friday at 5. Shout out to nobody because no one's done it yet, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go over it today to make sure
I've done it.
You did it
I've done it. Yes.
this morning?
Yes.
Oh, I
Right
I
before
wrote
the
all,
flip grip.
I wrote
Right
all
before
this.
the Zoom call.
Oh,
Check.
well, shout out to Henry because I checked last night. I was writing this about 11 o'clock last night. Monday we'll have our inequalities wrap up and then a quest. Oh, and Rock's birthday is Saturday, so make sure you text him or snap him or TikTok him or like his Instagram or whatever it is that you do to show
Neither.
your love. All right. Does anybody have any question on business? I'm going to go over the flip grid. You know what? I'll do it like this. All right. So the flip grid assignment. And as always, there's always a couple of you that seem to have issues on Flipgrid. So if that's you, you can, come on. You can send me your video separate, but I prefer the Flipgrid. So the Flipgrid is here. The link is on PowerSchool in the Google Doc. You can find it in either of those spots. I made a video that you can watch that shows how to do the assignment. I did a sample.
Hi guys.
All right, that's lovely. I have assigned everybody 2 problems on a worksheet. I linked the worksheet on the Flipgrid. I put the links on our Google Doc. I put the links in PowerSchool. So you open the worksheet, and there's like 32 problems, but you only have to do 2. And so I also linked your problems on this thing. So like Noah has to do problem 2 and problem 9. Henry has to do 3 and 11. Luke has to do 4 and 14. Okay. So you can find what problems you have to do from that link. All right. So you look at your 2 problems, like Noah, you had 2. So Noah looks, he's got 3 times the quantity, n minus 5 is greater than or equal to 0. And you have to, on a dry erase board, a piece of paper is probably what most of you will do it on, and you have to do your 2 problems just like I do on the video, where I show you step by step how to do it. So you have to show that you can do 2 problems. And I'll tell you right now, one of them involves flipping the sign. So just look out. In the video I made, I said you had 90 seconds, but I didn't know you could do this. I gave you guys 3 minutes, so you should be able to do both problems in 3 minutes. And I have to see your writing. If I can't see your writing, then you cannot get credit. So make sure you write big enough. Henry, maybe I need to reload this. Let's see if we can see Henry's. Oh, there he is, Henry D. All right, made his on May 6th. All right.
Wait, what are we doing?
You're gonna go to you're gonna go to the link, and you're gonna follow these directions, but watch my video first. You have to do 2 problems for me. And I've assigned the problems. There's 2 links here. There's this link with the problems, the actual worksheet that all these problems came from. And if anyone's like bored at home and wants to do more problems just for fun, go for it. There's 32 inequality problems here. Demarion, you have problems 18 and 16. So you'll have to do problem 18 and 16 on here.
Okay.
Those are your two that you have to record.
I have.
What's up, Rock? Is that you?
Those sound like David.
David.
Yeah. What problems do I have?
David, you have 5 and 16. All right. Any other questions on the flip grid?
What problems do I have?
Oh my gosh. Everyone has access to this spreadsheet. It's not a secret.
not what I
Aiden, you
did.
have 13 and 11. All right. All right. So, last thing is, I'm just curious. This is for my own knowledge as a teacher living in this digital world. Last night I made my first Power School assessment. I've never done a test on Power School before. I actually did a practice test for you guys for today. And I'm curious, just based on your experiences so far. You can share either in the chat or you can, try not to talk over each other. What are some ways that teachers are giving you guys tests online? So I saw Amir in the chat, he said Google Form. Can you guys share what else people are doing?
Mr. Prokop does Power School tests.
Power School
Mr. Howard puts in Power School, and you actually type it on a Google Doc and then share it to them.
Google, the shared Google Doc.
Yeah, that's what I do.
For
Mr.
Howard.
Yeah.
Who had something to say about Mecker?
He just does his on like a Google Doc, and you just have to, I guess, do it. You make a copy of it, and then you just fill it out.
Okay.
both
That's
of
what
those Power
Amir
School.
was saying too. Which ways do you, like, of the different ways you've been tested in this setting, which ones do you like or prefer or find easiest to navigate or just like in general?
Google Docs.
Google Doc, yeah.
Power School.
Docs.
Why do you guys like those of you that like the Google Doc? Why do you like the
I
Google?
like Google Forms.
They can't be timed.
Yeah, they can't be timed, and they're just.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
Are
easy
Google
to
Forms
navigate.
timed?
Google Forms are not timed.
Yeah, I like Google Forms better.
They're easy to navigate, in my
They're
opinion. with the
simple.
Docs.
Okay.
Google Forms are way easier.
With the timing, do you think, like, are you just not given enough time, or are you?
I've never been timed.
Pandemic is basically
It
we
puts
just
more
get the same
stress
amount
on
of
you.
time that we get during regular school year. Like like if we were in class, the time that you'll give us, that's the same time we'll get from Power School.
Yeah.
It's not like they're giving us.
Do you feel like though that time translates well? Like if it's a 40-minute class and you have 40 minutes to take the test, my concern as I was looking at timing and things was more of like, well, you might have to write it down on paper and then type your answer, or it's just like the shuffling between thinking and typing, and I don't know if it just takes longer to do things.
You can
online.
choose, however, like you can choose the amount of time that you want to give us.
Yeah. I think for the practice test, I maybe gave you 40 minutes, but there's only 8 questions.
Oh, well, that's fine.
So, and what part of it's matching and part of it's true false. They're not, I was just trying to test out the different question types too. So you'll see these true false questions on there, just they don't take more than a minute to do. So, Anything else about testing online that you have found?
Google Forms is the best.
Okay, I noted that twice, Kaden. Google Forms. Thank you.
You're welcome.
With the way the tests are written, do you feel like, are teachers saying you can use your notes?
Mr. Mecker lets us use all our resources, like online and our notes and stuff.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
not like
Mr.
you
Mecker
feel like
lets us
you're
use the
cheating.
internet.
He's saying, he's telling you to use it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Noah? What about with your Pro-Cop test? I know you're supposed to be allowed to use your study guide.
Yeah, you can use your study guide.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys taken any English tests?
No.
What?
No.
Yeah.
We've just done like an essay.
Yeah,
Basically.
I've
just
taken
makes it
English
right.
tests already.
English, we're reading a book.
Oh.
Yeah. I know a lot of you guys who are in McCafferty or in Miranda are writing alchemist papers, but who just said yes? Is that Joe?
Yeah, that was me.
Who do you have Colborne?
Yeah.
What kind of test did she give you?
Power school.
Power school test.
Let's do power school together.
Nah, Google Forms.
Okay, Kaden, you're done. Can we
Easy.
mute Kaden? David, what were you saying?
We should do power school.
Power school.
Easy.
What I like about the Power School test is that it grades it right there, and then you know your score.
Yeah, that's helpful.
That's what the Google Form does.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
Google Forms does too. Here's the thing about Google Forms, which I learned from, I have a fifth grader at home, and he's doing decimal work, and if he doesn't put his answer in the way the teacher put the answer in,
Yeah, I hate that. Then it marks it wrong.
it marks it wrong, but mathematically it's right. So
Yeah.
Now, why don't you make it multiple choice?
I know you could make it multiple choice, but I don't know. All right.
That make it multiple choice.
Well, the one I made today is multiple choice because I didn't want to deal with it's really frustrating too. As a math teacher, I'm like, this is correct. The math was right. Then it's marked wrong, and he's like, it's wrong. It's just hijinks. So. All right. So with that, I'm gonna mute you guys, and then if anyone wants to unmute themselves to ask a question, feel free.
So wait, are we just doing
Hold on, I'm gonna show you in a second what we're doing. All right.
Are we just doing flip grade today?
And you have a Delta math, and we're gonna take a practice test in a second.
Crap.
Hold on.
Who is that?
I don't know, but I'm trying to mute so that we can hear. There we go. All right. Okay. So today we're gonna take a Power School practice test. It is the first time, like I said, it's the first time I've done a Power School assessment. So if you're taking it and you're like, Miss Samick, you should really think about doing this, or this didn't work, I couldn't see the graph, or whatever, let me know. It's going to be a 20-point classwork grade, whatever you get on the practice test. You can retake it 4 times. So you can retake it till you get all the answers right, and it'll take your highest grade. So if you do it the first time and you get a 50, well, you should probably take it again because you don't know what you're doing. So you can go back and take it again. It's open until Monday morning, I think.
Hunter, are you gonna take our actual grade and put it like in the grade book?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And your quest next week will be very similar in style to this. It'll just have a few more questions. And then you can work on it now for the rest of class. It's on our Power School page. So if you go to our Power School learning page, or what do you call it, class pages, it's here in this box, practice quest for Wednesday, May 6th. So what I'd like right now is for everyone that's on this Zoom call, I want everybody to open it up and make sure you can get to it. And if anyone has questions, you can ask. I'm going to stay on until 10:15 when class ends. And if people want to ask questions while they're taking the test or, you know, whatever, we could do that. But I want everyone just to do it right now. This is part of class. So does anyone want to ask any questions before you guys start? Once you finish the practice test, you guys can leave class. You can leave the meeting after you finish your practice test.
Can we work with people?
Sure. It is a practice quest. Yep, it's the practice quest. So if you're on the learning page, you should be on it should be the first page that pops up. Online learning page for March 18th through May 15th, and then it's right here. And once you're done with the quest, you can leave. Or if you have another class and you have to leave, you can leave as well. Did everybody find the quest? Oh, I put you all on mute. All right. Well, if anyone's having trouble finding the test or whatever, let me know. If anyone has a question, let me know.
I can't find the test. Huh? No, I can't find it.
All right.
Omar, sorry, no, Omar, it's the
Make sure you do your
test
test,
page.
please. I ask you to fund.
All right. So go to your Power School. Are you on Power School, Jamarian?
Yes.
Okay. Go to your class pages.
It's loading.
Okay.
Wait, does it say not open till May 11th?
It shouldn't say. It should say. It should be open till May 11th, but it says practice. It should have opened today at 9:45. Are other people on it?
Yeah.
So Jamar, is this Jamarian?
Yeah.
When you click, do you see this where it says practice quest for Wednesday, May 6th? Or
Yep.
you click that blue link, what happens?
It took me to this. I don't know if you can see it. It says practice quest for Wednesday, May 6th class. Start practice test.
Yeah, start. So hit that.
All right.
Samek,
What's up, David?
it won't let me answer it. I don't know how you answer the problems.
For which one?
The first 504, whatever you.
The matching?
Yeah. Well, they're matching.
Yeah, you just drag the graph to the correct inequality.
Don't want to brag. I got all the matching right. Kind of a big deal.
Good job. Yeah, so the matching, I tried to enter the letters, but it wouldn't let me. You have to drag it into the correct spot. Oh, whoops. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so if you're having trouble on that number 1, x is greater than or equal to -2, you find it and then you drag it. Oh boy. I hear crying downstairs about math. Oh, this homeschool, I'll tell you.
I finished the test or the quiz.
All right, Henry, how'd you do?
Not that good because I kind of rushed to do it.
Yeah, but
So, Henry, you can go back and redo it, and it's going to take your highest grade. All right? But you can go, since you did it once, but that's going to be your
I'll do
grade.
it again.
So if you want a better grade, you got to go back and redo it. Who else is done?
I'll do it.
And the delta math that you guys are going to work on and the flip grid, I hope will help in preparing for the quest as well.
I'm done.
How'd you do, Caden?
I haven't submitted it yet. I only got one wrong though.
Okay. Do you understand why you got it wrong?
No,
Would you like to talk about which problem it is?
it's like the Roman numeral or like the Roman numeral one with like, you know.
Yeah. So what did you actually do to figure this problem out?
I guessed.
Oh, well, let's maybe talk about another strategy you could use instead of guessing. So if you want to know if something makes it true, can you see me on the screen right now?
Like you like, you know, like I'm not talking about like the true and false ones, like, you know, like with like the ones where it's like, I don't know. It's like the second one, the matching, and you have that one, and then you have the solving it, and then you have
I'm
true and false.
gonna share my screen a different way. So can you see the problem on my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
So can you also see me with my whiteboard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's when we do 6x minus 3 is greater than -8. This is problem number 2 if anyone else is having trouble with that problem. And you want to know if something makes it true. What do you think you should do with that 4 to see if it makes it true?
Put it in the equation.
Yeah, let's put it in there. So I'm going to do 6 times 4 minus 3 is greater than -8. So what's 6 times 4 minus 3?
6 times 4, that's 24. And then minus, you said minus 3?
Yeah.
21, and then
So
I can't see your screen anymore.
It's 20. What can't you see?
I can see it now. And it's 21 minus what?
No, then you just look and say, okay, I have 21 on this side. Is 21 greater than -8?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Roman numeral 1 is definitely part of my answer. So I know my answer must be either 1 only, 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3. Which means you're going to have to go and test the other ones. Throw the 1 in there. 6 times 1 minus 3 gives you what?
For this kind of problem, are you trying to always like find something that's like greater than? Trying to like make the equation true?
Yes. Yep. You're going to pick out which numbers make the equation true.
I've done it again and I got 100%. Can I leave?
Oh, show off.
Yes, you can leave, Henry. Good job.
Thank you.
So I got 17.78 out of 20. Can I leave?
I would recommend doing it again, but who else wanted to ask a question?
Miss Simmons.
Jamarion.
Closed again.
Rock, what was that?
Jamarion wants.
Which one are closed? The equal to or the regular ones?
Equal to.
Okay.
Miss
Less
Amick.
than or equal to or greater than or
Bye,
equal to.
Miss
Yep.
Amick.
Bye. Jamarion,
I finished the test.
how'd you do?
I got 17.78 out of 20.
Are you satisfied with that, or are you going to go back and redo it till you get 20 out of 20? I'm just saying the option's out there. You can go back and do it again till you get 20 out of 20, but you can leave if you did it and you're good.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay. Other people, questions, thoughts, concerns. Joe, how'd you do?
I know
I'm
what I
still
got
doing
wrong
it.
too.
You still doing it? Okay.
I know what I got wrong too. It was
If anybody wants me to pull a different question up to go over it, let me know. I can pull one up. All right, I'm gonna stop our recording though.